Building anything that carries the weight of people requires extra care and attention to detail. Decks are one popular home improvement project that need to be built correctly to keep people safe. When you're doing major repairs that involve changing framing, replacing or expanding a deck, or building a new deck, you'll need to get a building permit from the City of Lenexa. Decks can be one of the more complicated projects homeowners decide to tackle themselves. Before you get started, download a copy of the Residential Deck Guidelines at lenexa.com/remodeling. This guide will help you make sure your project complies with the city's building codes. Here's another important thing for you to do before applying for a permit. Call 1-800-DIG-SAFE to have your utility service lines marked if any part of your deck project involves digging. Once you've planned a deck that follows city code, you'll need to create a construction drawing and a plot plan sketch to submit with your permit application. This is an example of a plot plan. This is something that we would like to have submitted when you pull a permit or request a permit for a deck or addition. As you can see from this plot plan, there are details as far as where the covered deck would be, where the open deck would be. You can see from this diagram that there are measurements as to where the property lines are. This is information that we would need. This is the same project. This is an elevation view of the proposed covered porch. As you can see, it is drawn to give a very good representation of what the finished product will look like. We have measurements as far as total width, section widths, details as far as, notice the double 2x10 beam. They give us the roof pitch, and they list any existing items on the existing structure that are possibly impacted. As you notice on this, you can see that it says existing window. This is a plan view looking down onto the deck. As you can see, again, this drawing details out measurements very well, lists the beam sizes, lists the spots for the piers or columns, and also lists the ledger board, which is where it attaches to the house, lists that the spacings for the lag bolts and the size of the lag bolts that would be used to attach the ledger board to the house. One thing that it does not list and is not necessary but will be required at inspection would be that ledger board is offset from the house with either standoff block or some sort of gapping mechanism between the ledger board and the structure, including but not limited to flashing. The one last thing I will note on this drawing is that they numbered all of their piers. If you notice down on the bottom, they wrote out the pier number and the size. This is very helpful for the plans examiners as they will double check the numbers for the load on each pier. This is the same project. This is the plan view for the roof plan. This again is a covered deck. So in a standard deck, this wouldn't be required, but on a covered deck, it is required. What this lists out is your ridge detail, your ceiling, your rafters or ceiling joists. Again, all of the details as far as what is being used, the beam sizes, which in this drawing, as you notice, they call out 1 3/4 by 14" LVL. They also call out some 2x8s. They call out their hangers. And this one's very detailed. They call out the roof cricket. These are all good, very good details that have been provided. And the more details that you can provide will help our plans examiners to go through these plans as quickly as they can and can limit the number of questions back to the permit requester, and which can shorten the amount of time for you to get your permit and it to be active. Once you've finished your deck and had it approved by an inspector, your work isn't done. Regular maintenance is important to keep your deck in good shape and avoiding a major repair or replacement project in the future. Check your deck each year for potential safety concerns. Make sure the handrails are secure. Check for rotting materials. The framing and structure has to be in good condition. Stairs need to handle the weight and foot traffic. Treads shouldn't be missing. See if the deck is pulling off or away from your house. If you notice any of these issues, it's important to take care of them soon. Many of these problems are pretty simple weekend jobs that don't need a permit. If questions come up while you're working on or planning your deck, don't hesitate to ask us. You can call 913-477-7725 or email permits@lenexa.com. A team of experts with the City of Lenexa is ready to help you.